Is everyone here?
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Alumni Talks series of CMRTC. This is Dikshita. I'm from BTech, pursuing my engineering in CMR Technical Campus. Before going to the session, let's have a brief intro of our special guest. Now, we have our special guest of this evening, Miss Amani Survana, who is an ECE graduate. She was an proactive in all clubs and also an active CR during her education. She is currently working as an GE healthcare consultant and developer in the company called Capgemini India with the package of 3.8 per annum. Hello, ma'am.
Thank you, Dikshita. Hello, everyone. Hope you're all safe and healthy at home, self-quarantined. This is Amani Swarna, a pass out of 2019 EC batch. I guess few of you people know about me. Few of you don't know me. So yeah, I'm here today to walk through my journey at CMR Technical Campus before, during, and after. As Dikshita has already informed, I've got placed into Capgemini through campus placement. That was the first company that I have got placed in. So yeah, before I start, any other concerns do you have? Any other particulars?
First of all, thank you for joining the sessions on behalf of our college.
It's my pleasure, Dikshita.
Okay,
Thank you.
ma'am. As you have completed your intro, let's go to the session.
Sure.
Ma'am, can you say about your working experience and your intro about during the session you have post? Okay, guys, if you people want to ask any questions during the session, you can post your questions in chat box. And can you please tell me?
I'll answer the questions given in the chat. So yeah, before CMR Technical Campus, yeah, I would like to say my journey before CMR Technical Campus. I got trained, I got into IIT batch like a regular, any other intermediate who are hyped with bookworms, yeah, who are hyped with IIT and all. Somewhat, that was an epic failure, that's a different story. But after my intermediate, while applying to the colleges, let me be frank, I didn't know there was a college that existed with the name CMR, and it's a group of institutions. There were different campus. There were these many branches. Apart from the branches, they have these like all these called personality development activities, groups, committees, and all. So with the MCET counseling and all that, I got into CMR's technical campus somehow. The first and foremost thing after entering the first day, first class was my C programming with Kranti sir. The first thing I heard that I never knew of was backlogs. Yes, I never knew there was something called backlogs. That is weird. That might be weird to many people, but yeah, I never heard something called failing in engineering. All my thought was, who will be failing in engineering? Not even getting 26 marks. Come on. So that was my thought. But as we progressed into engineering, I understood that it's not just about textbooks, questions and answer, but understanding the process, how exactly that is applicable in day-to-day life, how everything is made, how everything is functioning in the real life. That is something CMR has taught me, which I'm very grateful for. These personality development committees or whatever they are the main reason that I am standing here and I'm able to represent myself. That is something I have to track to. So yeah, first year was okay, got a grade, good percentage. It was percentages for our batch. So that was done. And later, second year, there was a division from humanities and sciences. There was the core division of your branches. Then the real struggle started. How exactly these, resistors or all these components are. So that year, that semester, I can say 2-1 was all a questionnaire for me. That where do we use all this? Okay, we are getting the ready-made electronics at home, we are getting everything like the product ready to use. Why do we even need to study this? We are not going into the workshop. Many of them might think like, where is exactly this is going to be applied in our life? Anyways, we are going to go get a job in something we dream of or something or the other like that. But no, as you progress, everything falls into a place. So that is, I can say that was a mistake which I didn't accept. Yeah, there were few regrets with that. So yeah, second, third year projects, laboratories. Coming to laboratories, just like everyone else, I thought like, who writes all these records that in a particular manner? You need to write index, you need to give the dates, you need to give the submission that has to be on time. Trust me, guys, this will definitely help you when you go to corporate, because this format which you're writing now, which our faculty and the admin are helping us to go through, is something that you will be doing every day in your life, whether it may be through mail communication, whether it may be a manager communication or any kind. This is definitely going to help you. So don't make such mistakes or misunderstandings like we thought. Definitely follow the rules what your faculty says in the laboratory, especially laboratories. I think 2020 batch is very lucky or unlucky not having that, the second semester. So yeah, that was how the third year went. 3-2 ending, yes. 3-2 ending was just like you guys. We had mini project, and then again these internships if you want to, if we can. That was there. 4-1 and all was about major project. 4-2 and all, you know how it is. It's different for you guys. And 4-1, in the beginning of 4-1, if I'm not wrong, in the month of August. Before August, we got GGK, but then again, I couldn't crack it even through the first round. But then after Capgemini had a huge and mass hiring through that. And yes, I got into Capgemini somehow by God's grace, I can say, and with efforts and all the faculty support. That happened. 4-2, yeah. As everyone knows, maybe it's different for you. That's how my journey at CMR Technical Campus is. And if I look back, people before even this meeting, a lot of juniors have asked me, what are the few points I regret, or what are the few points I would have done different, mistakes that I've made. So for students or for my juniors who are struggling, I'm not talking about those who are already very much technically equipped or who are ready to face the interviews. I'm talking about those who are still struggling on to know what the other side is, don't have a lot on plate. My first and foremost mistake that I have made is I had a lot on my plate. Like I was into a lot of organizing activities. I was into Lexus. I was my class CR. I was the association president, yeah, if I'm not wrong, in my fourth year or third year. I don't remember that, sorry. And whenever there is a need for me to host, stage is mine. If they say stage is yours, Mike is my best friend. Still now, I have, even after coming to Capgemini, I have hosted 4 events of different business units. So yeah, that's my love for hosting is. Even any organization or any kind of this stuff is something I love a lot. So yeah, that apart, I had this organization when I had administration when I still love the administration skills. I love to talk about stock markets and all that. Despite that, I even want to excel in technical. So in my first and second year, my first mistake was I had everything set up and I wanted to start everything at once. That is one mistake I regret it because I couldn't complete anything. All I thought was I set up a path. Yes, after this, after this, for that, I need to learn this set of skills. I need to learn 7 set of skills at once. So for people who are like me, who think that you already have everything organized, it doesn't go like that. Every time it doesn't go like that. It's okay if it doesn't go also. You will reach your path somehow. You will definitely reach your goals, and I wish all the best for that. So it's okay. Take it slow. Take it one by one. Don't fill your plate at once. This is my first mistake. And the second one, major mistake, even many people here do is they, I can say they clear cut have an idea where they have to reach. They have a goal. Okay, this is my goal. This is where I have to be. They clear cutly design that destination, and they clear cutly design their path. And if something goes alternative to what they have thought, people get disturbed a lot. They don't accept the reality. Acceptance is something people lag a lot. Even I didn't have it, but later I realized, yes, I want to be in administration, I want to host something, I have the destination, but put on some milestones, some goals. Okay, in this time period I want to reach this. In this time period, it's okay if it doesn't go according to you, even if the path is different. I never thought I would end up in an IT job. First year, I told my mom I'm never going to take up an IT job. I fought for her over ECE. Okay, that I don't want to join CSC and all that. But where am I? Yes, but I'm good enough. I have learned a lot in Capgemini also. So this is a second mistake, and also acceptance. The moral I can say, please accept it. Accept the situations. So, and also another tip to all the juniors who are hesitating with the further studies and the job, I request you all to first at least attempt it. Attempt the job trials, because the pandemic has changed the entire dynamics of how the situation is, and how it's going through. And jobs, yes, there are jobs, but they are filtering through the expertise. So it's a better thing, I can say it's a safe side to keep one or two at your side, and keep your trials going on. That's okay. That's not a problem. So that is a second mistake. And I don't really remember anything going on, because one thing that I feel CMR should have done and CMR is supposed to do is let its students suffer. That is something I really needed, but I still regret it, because CMRTC takes care of its students like its own children. Yeah, this is for sure. You wouldn't accept it right now, but this is true. To all my dear fellows, juniors, and all, once you step out of the campus, once you enter into this corporate world, you will definitely know that that is the most comfort zone you have ever been. That spoon feeding, and whenever you ask your faculty or your HODs that you need these, in terms of academics, in terms of clubs, in terms of permissions, they just instantly give you away, because they know that yes, they have to grow, they have to learn, but everything is already set up, you just have to go and perform. That is something that I feel, once you come into corporate, when you do everything on your own, you have to suffer, you have to learn suffering. So I think people who are right now, because we are sitting at home, it's a good thing to start, let your mind and your body suffer, learn how to take up things functionally on your own. No, don't ask everything to everyone and get everything ready made. Do your research, do whatever you want to learn, do whatever you have set up, and take someone's guidance. So there's a few points I want to cover with CMR journey. And as we prolong on with the talk, any questions so far? As we prolong on, we'll discuss more about my things.
Yes, ma'am.
Does anyone have any questions?
Ma'am, what do GE healthcare or consultancy means?
Oh, okay. Have you guys heard of this company GE, General Electric? Actually, after coming into Capgemini, 8 months was the ample time. 8 to 9 months was the ample time I was on bench. But I had a lot of trainings after .NET. Once I got into Capgemini at the college, we were trained on .NET. And after entering into Capgemini, we had on the CRM domain, I was put into the CRM domain, under which I had this set of trainings going on. One is the Microsoft Dynamics 365 is one which I got trained on, and later I got trained on few more Power Apps, and then Siebel Systems, Oracle Siebel Systems. That is when I got into project. Last month, June 5th is when I got into project. So GE Healthcare is like, General Electric Company's healthcare department. That is where I am placed as a Siebel developer and a consultant into the support team. Okay, not a co-development team. So when I say about support team, I also want to add one more point, dear friends, that never think that development team is the only team that you can progress with or that you can grow with. Every team is equally important, because right now, let me rephrase this, because of the pandemic, when they were giving us this Microsoft Dynamics training, we knew how the applications are developed. We knew how we can actually logically develop an application, web application or mobile application, yes. But then again, we were also forced to attend the meetings regarding the testing of it, or regarding any other department, how it's been supported, how it's been maintained, how the applications. A to Z, we were at least being logically given how the application works, how the flow happens, how the process flow happens. This is very much important. This is very much important to know, because of the pandemics, we don't know which team is suffering or which team has to take hold of. So yeah, don't ever feel that if you're not placed into development team, you're not going to grow. Every team has its functionality. Sometimes I feel like the support teams and testing teams know more about, like they learn faster about the application rather than the code developers. So yeah, that is one point I would like to add. And to add to your point, yeah, that is where I'm under. GE Healthcare is that department, General Electric Healthcare Department. And also, yeah, I'll also be training on Salesforce. I have been given some basic training, so if I want, I can take up this one also. And adding to this trainings, one point, never think that once you get trained on one technology, that is the end of trainings or study of your life, so that you will be developing only on that technology. No, guys, I repeat it. Don't ever think that your student life is over after the college. Maybe the continuous study is done. As you progress into the corporate, as you progress into any field, specifically IT field, you will be learning as well as applying it at the same time. I thought .NET is the end of it. Yeah, after .NET, I'll be getting projects on .NET or C or whatever I have learned. That's it. That's the end of my college life. That's the end of my study life. No, I've got more 4 or 5 trainings, the continuous webinars, continuous meetings. We have to constantly learn, constantly get upgraded. Civil systems, last month I got trained, immediately I got into projects. Again, upon that, there are few enhancements that just got released on July 5th. We have to learn about it, we have to apply it into our application. So keep that in mind and don't let that study nature in you go away, because a lot of people have struggled with that. My colleagues, not in this state but the other state, have thought, yeah, oh yeah, na college ho gaya, that's it, we are free, no more study, we can just be into development team, we'll develop this is this, done. No, no, be open to learning. Even during .NET training, Capgemini HRs have said the same thing. Be open to learning. That's it. Learning, learning, learning. Learning parallel with your application. So apart from my journey, there are many juniors that have also requested me like few points that I have experienced from college changing to corporate. I have few points which I have observed closely. I have written. Until now, if you don't have questions, I'll start telling you those points which I have observed. Any questions so far or anything I've heard?
This is the only job you are working previously, or did you change the job after you have placed in from campus?
No, not yet. This 23rd, July 23rd, it would be 1 year I've been entitled to Capgemini. Last year I've got placement. I've got placed July 23rd. I've been passed out in 2019 only. So yeah, this year it would be this month, 23rd would be like 1 whole year of life at Capgemini. No, I haven't changed any company, but I've done internship at an AE of Microsoft, AEP, education partner of Microsoft. I've been an intern there, and I've freelancely worked with few IIT Bombay councils through my friends. I've attended a lot of conferences and all that. Yeah, that's it. Apart from that, I haven't worked fully as a full-time employee like Capgemini.
What was your first experience when you started working right from after completing your college?
My first experience, let me tell you, guys, grooming. Yes, you think everyone thinks that yeah, AO sir stops you at the gate. This is what happens, right? As soon as you enter the gate, AO sir stops you. How is your haircut? Or how is your dress style? How about your dupatta? How about your everything, right? About your grooming. Even if you pass them out, your faculty will be like, this is not how you have to be. Lab coats have to be there. Trust me, that happens even at the corporate. Think this is like a practice before you're putting into a direct external lab exam. That happens. T-shirts are not, yes, t-shirts are not allowed, other than few exceptional cases, yes. And there are a few restrictions about grooming also. They'll not say anything just like AO sir, at the gate, they'll just take your employee ID. Okay, report directly to the HR. They'll drop a mail with your employee ID to the HR. That is how it happens. That is my first and foremost experience, which reminded me of my college right as soon as I entered Capgemini's gate. The ID card, the second thing is mandatory. If you lose it, you can't even enter the door. You won't have access. You have to scan it. So people who have this habit of losing their ID cards and all, beware. Each ID card costs you around 1,000 rupees for the access and all. It takes a lot of day. So be careful. Have this habit of carrying your ID card and protecting it, just like your other essentials. So that is my first experience. Any other question?
Yes, ma'am. What are the most important things that you learned from your work experience from this past year?
My work experience, yeah, I have, as of now, it's just 1 month. I have been into a proper, like a project work. That is fine. But before this project, when I was into a series of trainings or when I had ample time and all, there are few points that I'll definitely go. First and foremost, my dear friends, mail communication. Mail communication is the most important thing in any world, outside your college, in any corporate world, even right now, I don't say only corporate world, in your profession. Mail communication, people struggle a lot on mail. I don't know, it's just a 3 line code, it's just a 3 line of your mail, but still people struggle how to frame it. They get the words, they can't put it there. So just framing 2 or 3 lines is very difficult for them. I have seen a lot of my employees, a lot of my colleagues, a lot of the employees losing their projects because after the interview they'll send you a mail that so and so report to so and so. Just to send a thanks mail saying that I need your guidance, people say I need your help. There are few words, okay, there are few words that you have to be very careful about. Just like if you say I need your help, rather than saying help, just ask them I need your assistance or I need your guidance. In regards to what? In regards to, this is where they go again, they struggle again. In regards to is a very simple word, we use it all the time, but yet people struggle a lot. So my kind request to all my juniors is that start communicating through mail with your friends or with your faculty. At least I know TPO sir would be helping you out in this a lot. Start communicating with them. We have excellent English faculty, Radha ma'am, Meenakshi ma'am, Gladys ma'am. They are waiting for you to actually, these faculty wait on you, that if you give some inputs, they are ready to give you some feedback on that. So start communicating with them, take their guidance, take their assistance, like how a formal mail is written, what are the formats, what are the different formats. You don't need to every time go and Google search that and again get back, try to put the words and just right click and do the grammarly thing and all. No, 2 lines, thanks and regards. Thanks and regards is also something people struggle on. So guys, my kind request and my kind advice is that start communicating through mail. Take this out of good friends. Start communicate with TPO sir or take TPO sir's permission or what. They'll be always helpful to you. Take permission from your Meenakshi ma'am or whoever the English faculty are right now currently working. With their help, start communicating through mails. Start, and also not just communicating through mails. This is one more thing that corporate expects, a minimum common sense thing, that in mail, configuration of mails. How do you configure the folders? How do you set the rules to it? Even I didn't know in the starting. Outlook is something very new to me. Outlook, I haven't worked on Outlook. So yeah, my manager helped me through, but not always everyone is so kind to help you out. So it's better you start learning all that. You will have everything on YouTube, right? Rather than searching something else just for fun. Start searching these kind of things, how to configure or put on a rules to your folders or mail communication and all that. That is first and foremost point that I have learned and I have understood how corporate works. Every hour you will be getting like a thousands and thousands of mails from the organization, from your department. You have to segregate them. You have to set them according to importance. You have to know when you have to reply. There's a task that has to be done in 15 minutes. You have to do it within 20 minutes. You have to mail back. You have to revert back with the client. Multitasking, this is something that people have to be very much equipped with. This is something you have to know it by the time you enter it, because we might not know. You might be getting placed now, but the call letter might be delayed. So by then when you enter the company, since you have this ample time, it's better you get prepared with this small points. These small points, I telling you again, make a huge impact in the corporate world. That is first and foremost point. And the second point which I would like to say is on resume, guys. Resume is something you have to be very careful about. Why are our faculty, our TP are insisting on this? You can take even help from Lexis Club team members. When I was in Lexis Club, we used to help our friends in writing these letters. People who are in the club, okay, members of clubs and all, take their help. They are very well versed with permission letters, okay, just like me. They are very well versed with permission letters, so you know the format, how to write it, how you actually prepare it, the structure and all. So the second point is resume. Our TPO sir, I know by this time with your CRTs and all that, I know they'll be back of you to prepare your own resume. Prepare your own resume, prepare your own resume. Why? Trust me, in I have even applied offline for Wipro, and Wipro technical round, they haven't asked me not even a single question, not even from C. They've only asked me about my resume. Just tell me in an order. That is what happened. So, and also another thing, why I'm telling you, be careful also with while you're preparing, while you're building your resume, every point. We have this set of strengths or weakness we don't usually put on. Few people do that, don't do that. So when you put on the strengths as adaptable to changes, justify justify each and every strength in your mind. Think about a scenario and then put it. Simple. I'll tell you an example. This happened with my friend recently, very recently, last week. What happened is, like, even I did the same thing. Strengths, we have a set of 4 or 5 strengths which we put. I know even you guys have done that. First is adaptable to changes. Yeah, that is, I can think it is like justified, because we are adaptable to such changes virtually or anyways we are trying to do that. Okay, fine. The second thing which we always do is self-motivated. Okay, fine. We'll talk about that later. Third point, multitasking. Remember this again, multitasking is something everyone puts, even I had done that. Okay, and the fourth point is like hobbies or whatever it is, that's according to you. So this multitasking and self-motivated, what happened was, last week, my friend is already using 2 laptops, even he got onto a client-side project. So he is using one of the office laptop, his personal laptop with office work, and the other client laptop. He is working simultaneously on 2 laptops. So there was a need, since we are virtually working, the data is not able to, we are not having the capacity in the laptops to store the local database. Our data centers are at that location, but we are not able to go to the other office locations. So what they've suggested is, despite working on these 2 laptops, they're going to send an additional desktop, a PC to your home, so that you can work simultaneously on the 3. From the client and this one, you can store the local database into your desktop. So he just put a clear mail, just a 2-line mail, that I'm already, it's an inconvenience or so and so. So I'm already working on 2 desktops. It might be an inconvenience using a third one and simultaneously being available on the 3. That happened. 5 to 7 minutes later, he got a reply from the client. Dear so and so, we understand your inconvenience. We believe that your resume reflects one of your strengths as multitasking. I repeat the last sentence. We believe that in your resume, one of your strengths is reflecting as multitasking. I don't think it would be a problem handling all the three desktops, all the three monitors. I hope now you got a very clear picture why I'm telling you be careful with the resume. That's it. The next minute, his reply to entire client and the department was, thank you very much, dear client. Waiting to looking forward to receive your device. That's it. End of the story. So, guys, be very, very careful when you're putting such on your resume, and that is the reason people insist you, TPOs insist you, take help from your faculty or anyone. Build your own resume. Don't depend on someone, or don't just grab it somewhere from Google. Don't do all the searches, and don't just completely depend on it. It's okay if you take the format, if you search for it what after what, that's okay, but please do be careful. Justify every point. Multitasking is not something like everyone says that multitasking is something I can eat here, I can work here. No, that is not multitasking. Thousands of mails here, thousands of mails here. Just understand the pressure. That is the level of pressure which I believe no one at this point of view is prepared, because every that effort is already consumed by our faculty and they won't let us suffer. So yes, that is something you have to be ready to face it once you step out of the college. Move out of the comfort zone if you really want to make that change, and start segregating all the mails, and make sure you build a good resume and justify each and every point. Another thing in resume is hobbies. One kind request: stop putting listening to music. Stop putting that. Listening to music, reading books, you have to justify with authors and all. Just stop putting that. Just remove it. Just shift, delete that listening to music. That is not a hobby. That is just, I can say that's a routine to us to let our mood relax. Let the mood things be calm. That's it. That is not something a hobby that this particular time I listen to music. No, when I'm free, I listen to music. No, that is not a hobby. That is just to relax yourself. Self motivation is something that justifies this listening to music. But listening to music is not a hobby. So instead of that, since you are at home, I think, guys, I don't know how about the guys, but you might start learning cooking or physical fitness. People have turned into fitness freaks. So that can be your like your hobbies, something that adds value to you as a human. Because these hobbies, where it reflects is when you have this fun activities at your corporate side, like cooking and all that. They'll have this kind of fun activities each and every month in some business units for every 2 weeks. They reflect your strengths. If you are an artist, if you draw, if you sketch, that is something as a hobby. Listening to music doesn't help as a hobby. Something that can reflect and add value to your personality is called a hobby. So that is another point which I have observed. A lot of resumes, they'll see, okay, fine, a regular guy, that's it. They'll just put it aside. They don't give that much priority. When I told hosting and all that, okay, fine, let me pick her. Let me know what idea she has apart from me, what she is different apart from others, is what they'll think on. They'll think on. If not, they don't even have time to look at your resume. Trust me. Yeah, that happens. So yeah, that is another point. Third most important point, when you get into any corporate, web search, video search. In terms of, I can say, your personality or your technical or your functionality. Web search and video search is something that is not what we do on a daily basis. That is something when you are very much technically equipped, you type the pinpoint thing. See, when I talk about technical and functionality, guys, I know I have seen even on LinkedIn, many of them have earned very beautiful certificates in maybe data science or beautiful technologies. I appreciate and I applaud. Congratulations on that. But development is not a whole thing that you solely sit and work on. That is not something you solely sit and work on. That is something you have to do in a teamwork. So one point I want to say is it is not something you develop on your own. That is a teamwork. So learn on the teamwork. And the second point on this functionality, what exactly the functionality is, where exactly is this technology or is this concept applied? Example, suppose the client asks me, I'm a .NET, as a .NET developer, if the client asks me, I need these kind of files, web files to be organized. Can you do on that? Okay, definitely. If client says anything, I say yes. We can't say no because business goes bad. Yeah, we say yes. You don't go and search in the web ki how to organize files using .NET. The immediate thing that has to trigger is concept of serialization. People who are aware of .NET, I'm telling you. So immediately you have to trigger to the concept of serialization. Then the video search or the web search would be relevant. This kind of relevant functionality application or the web search is something people expect from you. The clients and the corporate and your office, this is something they expect. Not just client just told you, I need this organized, I need so and so application, I need a web API. You don't go just and start and search web API and so, because your application is quite different from what it is in video or web. Right? I hope I'm clear. I'm very much clear on this point. Any confusion on this point? Functionality development.
No, ma'am.
Yeah. So yeah, that is very much. And coming to teamwork, I think you don't need to stress that much on teamwork because what CMR Technical has given its student is that there's no barrier. If you guys closely observe, there is no barrier between, like there is a respect line, but there is no barrier between HOD or your faculty. You can freely talk with them. You work as a unit. We all work as a unit, coordinated unit upon a task, upon a club meeting, committee meeting, or anything. So there's no barrier that you're not supposed to ask this about this topic to so and so HOD or anything. HOD sir always welcomes you. He is someone who mingles with you all the time. So teamwork, I think you're already prepped with teamwork because in a team, trust me, no one will be of your age, guys. One guy or one girl will be there. Everyone else will be seniors, minimum 4 to 5 years, who are very much experienced. You will have that inferiority. People I have seen, they have this inferiority complex. How do I converse with a 60-year-old manager? They want to have this, like, according to their mindset, they want to have fresh minds and that fresh environment, exciting environment. But people here freak out like, oh my god, I need to have this barrier. So I think teamwork we are already equipped with. CMR has given that full training, personality development, and all that. So I don't think you guys need to work specifically on that. But when it comes to technical part, when you're learning or .NET or whatever technology you're learning right now, I advise you guys, if you're a set of 5 or 4 friends, make a team. If you want to develop an application, if you're really interested, every 4 or 5 days or every week, every Saturday or Sunday, make up this team, communicate with this team, and everyone take one part, just like we do it in our major project. One guy does documentation and the other guy does the setup, the other guy does the programming. So just like that, you do the development of an application. I hope I'm clear on this point also. Any questions in this technical part, the team building or anything?
No, ma'am.
Okay, any other questions you have specifically?
Yes, ma'am. As we are, the session is already moving towards.
Sorry, can you be a bit loud, Dikshita?
Yes, ma'am. The session is totally about your working. So let's say move towards your college life. What kind of student are you in SEMA Technical Campus, and what are your experiences?
I'm sorry, it's not audible. Can you please type it or else?
Then let's move about your college life, ma'am. What
Yeah,
type of
definitely.
your student in SEMA Technical Campus you are?
Me. That's something, I guess my HOD and all will be answering that. I was hardly in the class, to be frank. I was hardly in the class. My juniors are here. They'll be knowing I was always in either in the auditorium or nearby the library, like nearby, not inside the library, and in the corridors, mostly the corridors. And yeah, or else with Gopal sir or secretary ma'am, we used to chat a lot, me and my friends. Like everything we used to discuss, ma'am this, ma'am that, or at least the admin office. We hardly used to be in the class, so yeah. But we were very good with the concepts. That is a different point. We were very good with the concepts and the academics. So yeah, that is what, because I was always into this organizing. Any minute thing about organizing comes, like whether it may be Lexus or whether it may be association, whether it may be robotics innovative club, seniors has initiated anything. Yeah, so that is the kind of student I was in the college. Rest of all, I think I'm a good girl. Yeah, very good girl. I was obedient. Apart from that, HOD sir and of course Shravanti ma'am also has to answer. Every time there used to be one permission letter in my hand. As a CR, I used to go to CR meetings. Despite that, I used to have something else. Me and my friends. So yeah, we three or we four used to be the same.
Okay, ma'am. As you said, you are CR. Is the CR post help you in any way?
Very much, very much. CR post is something. Uh, I feel responsible. Okay, I felt very responsible. Yes, it's not just about me, but also I have to make sure everyone is okay. Everyone was doing good in the class. If they need anything, if something the class needs, or if something the faculty has to converse with us, that has helped me in I can say in my initiative skills, the ability to speak out for myself, and the ability to take the initiation in general, or to anyways lead it. If I go wrong, at least people will correct me. So when I talk about CR, guys, there is one point I would like to say. There might be a lot of friends in your class, or there might be a lot of people who are trying hard, but they struggle to put out what their actual mood is, or what they actually want to speak about in terms of expressing their feelings about a topic or about whatever it is in a conversation. What I say and what I have seen is people just make fun of them or just overlook them. That is something you should never ever do. If you did, apologize, and next what you have to do is acceptance. Because when you come out of this college life, everything goes on, everything is accepted, done. When you come into the real world, there are people who are very much talented, but while they are expressing the struggle a lot, it's our duty. When you have this nature that okay fine, you get a laugh immediately, like okay they're struggling, they don't even know, you get irritated, this emotional balance get disturbed, you get frustrated a lot. That is something that affects your work a lot, a lot. Specifically guys, I've seen. Girls, I haven't experienced it so far. So yeah, so acceptance for a person for who they are is something that is needed. Accept it. Have debates. Have some debates within you guys. Take a topic, research on it apart from academics. Put it on a Sunday, 5 or 6 friends or your class group. Speak about it. When you speak, when your opponent speaks, you'll understand that okay, they have made some point which I have missed, which I haven't researched, which is something different. And there are few sites like the business schools and all have suggested there are few beautiful debate topics which I would love you guys to actually go through and have it whenever you're on free time. If that can be organized, do that, do these debates, do these group discussions which help you a lot in standing up and taking the initiative and express yourself. They build you. This personality is something that build you. Technically, everyone is good. If you sit for 1 month, some might take 2 months, some might take 1 year. Yes, okay, that's good. I was a slow learner. I had still doubts in C until my fourth year. Done. After .NET, I learned C. Yes, it was cleared. After that, I was able to cope up. But this personality development or the communication, the expression of yourself is something that doesn't come in one day. That is not something inborn. That is something to be developed day by day. this is something I would definitely request you guys. So please go on to this debate topics and all that, so that this barriers and all that, whatever struggles, expression, acceptance, these all you will have a proper balance, emotional balance, which helps you a lot. A lot means a lot. So you can be someone when there is a need to pick up one guy out of the crowd to be a leader or something. Yeah, you will be chosen because you know hook and crook of it. You accept everyone. Everyone loves you. That is how you have to be chosen. And CR post has helped me a lot with that.
Okay, ma'am. Can you briefly explain what are the activities you took up in college and how do they help you the most?
Oh, there's not just one activity here. A lot. Let me start from my first year. First year through Lexus Club, yeah. Yes, there's a funny incident also. I'll be telling you that. Through Lexus, we have hosted ICMRA, which helped me understand that okay, we have the external guests which are to be taken care of. How it happens, not just college internal affairs, but the external affairs. That one, and through association, I have understood that I'm not just the one who has to grow. I have to even take up everyone else into consideration, and I have to help my fellow friends and my fellow juniors to grow up along with me. That is what the real success is meant to be. That is something that association helped me. And through innovative, I have just attended the Spark events and few meetings which help me understand, though I'm the college, I have at least got a picture of how the outer world is and what it expects. Just like how you are right now and taking all those alumni talks, we had a lot of talks by a few IAS candidates and few seniors from Stumax, which and our seniors, I can say they have helped us a lot. And definitely my faculty, specifically I can say Sinha sir or Naki sir, Mali sir, HOD sir was always the backbone. Srikanth sir was definitely the backbone from A to Z, from second to fourth year, even after fourth year, I can say. So yeah, that is how the committees have helped me. And through Lexus for 1 year, and after that on my own, we used to go to Bits Pilani, Hyderabad, nearby to a college. Excuse me. For Verba Maximus, that is the literary fest, annual literary fest every year that happens in the month of January. Okay, so when I say this literary fest, because I was interested, win or lose, that's a different point. I just want to know how other people's are, how advanced other people's are. So one thing I would say, I missed a point actually. Learn about accents. Specifically, when you're trying to get into MNCs, you'll have international projects. It's not just confined to one country. MNC is all about that. So when you have different countries involved in a meeting, don't struggle. It's okay, you can speak, your fluency is a different thing, but trying to understand other people's accent is different. Okay, so one incident, it's okay, you can laugh at it. So there was this group discussion going on. I have entered through my friends recommend or something like that, that is specifically to bits people. So there were a group of 8 people in that room, conference room. Uh, okay, XYZ people. There's one lady, Madhavi Singh, and my name, Amini Suvarna. Okay, so the host was one from China or Korea. I don't know. She's a localite from China or Korea. So their accent is a little bit different. I was trying to understand. She was reading out all the names that you will be next going into the lobby and having the group conversation or the debate. So she was reading out all the names if we are present or not. And she has suddenly pronounced Madame Suvarna. Not even Suvarna, Suvarana. Madame Suvarana, are you present? Can someone say what Madame is? I thought, excuse me, this is Amini Suvarna. Madhavi Singh is there because maybe she got confused with my first name and her first name. So can someone tell me what Madame is here? Does anyone know in Asian accent? Anyone? You can type, not a problem. Any guesses at least? Yes, no? Any guesses? Sir, Naresh sir, I can see your image. Can you guess it, sir, what Madam is? No? Ah, someone told. It's Madam. Wow, who is that, yaar? I didn't know that. Okay, thank you. Thank you for that. Okay, it's okay, Purna. So yeah, it's Madam. I didn't know that. Little did I know, I was this bold. I was this taking initiative and everything. I was this expressive. I just rose my hand and like, excuse me, I think you get just got confused between our two. I am Amani Suvarna and she is Madhavi Singh. Everyone looked at me like as if I'm an alien from some other planet. Thank you, sir. So yeah, everyone knew it. Little did I know about this accent. I was very good with French accents, Spanish accents, Western accents. Who did know Asian accent would also be a concern? Yeah. So after the entire group discussion and we were waiting for the results of who won or who is going to the final round, people told me actually when Asian people get like Western people, if they couldn't pronounce it, they somehow twist it or shrink it or somehow they'll pronounce your name. But Asian people are very restricted about pronunciation. So if they can't pronounce your first or last name, they'll attach a tag as madam or sir. If they cannot pronounce Shrikant, if they say sir Shrikant, or if they cannot pronounce the last name, so and so. So that is what happened. She was addressing me as Miss Madam Suvarna instead of Amini Suvarna because she was not able to pronounce. So yeah, face palms. Such an embarrassing moment. And thank God it happened during my college and not in my college. Understand that level of embarrassment when you are really working and when you have a client interaction. So, guys, when you're watching some TV shows or daily soaps, it's better you don't go with all this kind of Telugu or Hindi shows. If you're watching something for relaxation, watch something without subtitles into the English version of different countries if you find time. This is one of my suggestions. So if you really feel that is a concern, if you understand, it's well and good. If you don't understand, someone like me, better to save that embarrassment. That is another point. So yeah, that is how even Verba Maximus helped me and the committees have helped me. Yes. Next question, please.
Yes, ma'am. There are a lot of students who have passion to do something in their life, but they lost their to do something and ends up by working in some company. So, what is your advice for these youngsters, and what do you think it is good?
It's okay. Guys, I say it's okay. Let your destination, my destination was sitting on a finance broker position, do all the stocks. I still have that. I still have that. Even if it's not stocks, at least it has to be shares. My name has to be displayed there. That is like my dream from my 7th class. Yes. I never thought I would end up in engineering, but I did. I never thought I would step into an IT company, but I did. Yeah, all that happened. So what my thing is, it's okay even if it's your path is not exactly according to you. It's okay because somehow everything will fall into pieces and everything helps you. This corporate, this IT department has helped me learn how even like maybe I'll have the ideology after I move out of IT and get into some other domain. I'll have the ideology of how the employees actually work, how the technology actually works. So that's a plus point. If I am in a position of a leader, I'll know the struggle. Okay, employees are facing struggle at this technical point. I'll understand the conversation. Maybe if I've directly gotten into what I thought of what my position should have been into a management or admin, I would have not known how the technical level struggle would be with the employees or anyone. So I think any path, final destination, you know, when you're compassionate, when you're very much determined to get there, any path is okay. Whenever you go out of the path that you have chosen, try to pick the points that are helpful. Try to learn how this would be helped, which points would be helpful for future. Everything will fall into place. So trust me, don't worry about the path. It is similar, not just your profession, even with the technology. People, there are 3 juniors who have called me and told, I just want a job only in data science. I don't want to do it in Java. I don't want to do it in .NET. The thing what I asked is, what exactly you want to do in data science? Ultimately, what you guys want to do? Develop a proper application or an app or something or a game if you are more into gaming to the customer, to the end users, that they have to be fully satisfied. So who cares about what technology you have developed on? Technology is something that you're learning to develop this application, the end user's application. So who cares about you are using all these websites? Do you know what technology is behind this? No, but you're using the Zoom, you're satisfied with Zoom. So stop worrying and restricting yourself only to that data science or only to that AI. Okay, fine, you learn the AI, but it's new to everyone in our country, in the Asia, it's new. People are still learning on that. People are still afraid of the cyber security. The MS Dynamics, which I have got trained on, it's such an advanced technology. Siebel Oracle systems, they say it's a bit outdated, not completely outdated, but it's a bit outdated, but this is a stable one. So people were afraid. Like March 23rd, I was about to write my exam certification. Only after certification, I'm supposed to get a job project. So March 20th, lockdown started. Again, during the lockdown, I got trained on Siebel. I was so frustrated. I don't want to get into Siebel because that has no growth. No, it's a stable version. The cybersecurity attacks or whatever it is. So people are crawling back to the roots a little bit. It's okay during the technology or with the part. Don't worry about all that. Let it unfold itself. Let the path unfold itself. But you be ready with everything. You be prepared that yes, I'm ready to face it. Acceptance again. Accept it for what it is. Don't get frustrated. Don't think, if you're very much determined, if you have the resource, yes, I'm getting into it. This is what my dream job is. Perfect. But if you end up in something different, it's okay. Learn from that. You'll also have their admin or any other profession. If you're a guitarist, you'll have a lot of events going on. You can perform there. It's not just life and death matter. So it's okay if your path is not correct, and if it's okay if you're getting trained and getting job on other technologies, because sometimes people insist you to work only on these technologies despite what all you have learned. I hope this clarifies. Any other questions on this point?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you for your valuable suggestions. And I hereby conclude this session and thanking you, ma'am, for your valuable time on behalf of our college management and students for
Thank you.
for answering
I
these
hope
queries.
my points are all clear and there's no confusion, my page and all. I hope everything is clear to this. So if you guys have any concerns, please do mail it to me. I'll drop a mail if that is allowed. I'll definitely drop a mail. And also, yeah, EC and IT people are also asking me about one last question. EC people into IT department. I can say that EC people are more than eligible to get into IT. The reason is EC people, because of we have these technologies that we have worked on called Vivado and MATLAB, we know the interfaces. More than CSC people, we know the interfaces like software putting onto the hardware. CSC people take a little bit more time, but EC people are already equipped with this interfaces. So I think EC people are more than eligible to get into IT. So don't have that hesitation. Keep on trying for the jobs. Keep one or two jobs at your side, and then try for higher studies, whoever are doing it. That's my kind of suggestion. And definitely I'll drop my email ID, or if you want to check out my Instagram. But please do tell me which grade you are in, like which year you are in, and your name and all. That would be very much more helpful. Thank you very much. I hope this is all helpful. Please do inform your friends also, whoever's struggling with it. Over to you.
Thank you. And guys,
Thank you,
this is
Deekshita. Thank you very much.
okay, ma'am. And guys, this is our alumni talk series for today. So for more, you logging into the official handles of Sima Technical Campus and know more about the alumni talk series of later episodes. This is Diksha signing you off. Thank you.